Alrighty, so we're going to now look at some the work that from yesterday. So yesterday we learned about combining like terms. Some of the key vocabularies were one thing was a coefficient. So a coefficient is the number in front of the variable. So so right here, 3 is my coefficient, and x is my variable. Base, a variable that has an exponent. So just important to remember that your base, right, is, like, let's say it's AB, then the base would be AB, and the exponent would be 2, right? Here the base is B. If I put it AB here, A could be a base with a exponent of 1, right? Anything raised to the power of 1 is itself. And B is also a base with an exponent of 2. Now, just something that I want us to be clear about is an exponent, right, tells us how many times a number is to be multiplied inside of the base. So, for example, AB is our base, and the exponent is 2, so we're going to have AB written twice with a multiplication in between. So it's being multiplied twice here. The truth is, for today's lesson, we just care that you understand what the base is, right? Because when we're talking about like terms, we're going to be using the base. Now, a term is a number or variable, or numbers or variables. So, for example, this could be a term, right? This could be two terms. Even though this is squared, it's two terms, right? This is three terms, right? A number, which is called constant by itself, is also a term, right? Now, if we have a negative AB, what I want you to think of it like this is we have A as a term, B squared is a term, 3 is a term, and I want you to think that it's negative AB, that there's a plus here, and negative AB is the term. It just makes it easier when we combine like terms. All right, so what is a like term? A like term just means that it has the same base. It has the same base and the same exponent, right? So it just means that the terms are the same. So for example, the like term for A would be A. AB squared would be AB squared, right? So for example, A squared and B, that's not the same as AB squared. So these are not like terms, but these are like terms, and these are like terms, okay? So we're just looking at the, after the coefficient, that variable next to the term. Okay, an expression is a group of terms, this is an expression. This could also be an expression, right? To simplify means we're going to combine to the best of our ability until we have the least number of terms. Now here it's the least number of terms is A, and here it's also the least number of terms is A minus B, because these can't be combined. So these are simplified already. Equation is an expression with an equal sign. So let's say I said A equals 2 or A minus B equals C. Those are all equations. All right, let's talk about combining like terms, some examples. So over here we have, what I did was I looked at my, my expression, and I broke it down into x squared, x, and constant. Those are the type of terms that I have. And what I did was I used different colors to identify the terms. So 3x squared, 2x squared, and negative 7x squared are all like terms. When I take the coefficients and I add them, 3 plus 2 minus 7, and use a calculator. If you're someone who's not good with math, right? I don't want you to try to do it, this is not about shaming you. Use the technology that will help you. And for me, a good calculator that I like to use is www.desmos.com/scientific, right? This calculator is a really great calculator. And the Desmo online calculator is a wonderful calculator. We can even use it for graphics. All right, so I add these numbers and I get negative 2. And then I add the x squared because these like terms are x squared. All right, then I do x. I get 5x and negative x. 5x plus negative x, that's 5 minus 1, and it is equal to 4x. So it's 4x. and then we do the constants. So it's positive 7, positive 10, and negative 23. And when I do that, I get a negative 6. Again, I can use my calculator. Now, if you don't like using a table, what you can do is you can just draw shapes. So if you notice, my reds are my x and y. My blue triangles are x. And usually, if I have like another term, I would just leave it alone. But what I did was I actually made a square, so I'll keep that. So 5xy plus negative 8xy is negative 3xy. 2x plus 11x is 13x. And negative 3 plus negative 9, let me double check. Is that a negative? Oh, see, it's a positive. So good thing. So that's the only thing with these things. You got to be a little careful. So negative 3 plus 6, I'm sorry, negative 3 plus 9 is actually positive 6. So we're going to change this to a positive 6x. All right, so whatever you choose, just use it all the time. Have a system. That's what today's lesson is about. So for your homework for today, this is due on Friday by midnight. What you're supposed to do is work on these 6 problems. I did 2 of them for you. All I ask is that you show your work. So this 10x by itself is not okay. You kind of have to show that you did 3 plus 6 equals 9 plus 1 equals 10. And just like that, that you kind of added this stuff together here. I want to see your thinking. A lot of people already handed in their work, and what they did was they kind of made like almost like a pyramid. So let me show you what they did. They did 3xy minus 2xy equals xy, right? Because 3 minus 2 is 1. And then underneath that, they just wrote xy plus 5. So they did each term like a separate line, and then they combined it at the end. So xy plus 5. Okay? Here for number 6, the parentheses, you remove the parentheses, and then what I did was I created a table where I took the x squared, so I have 4x squared plus 12x squared, and that's equal to 16x squared. And then for the x's, I have 5x and negative 6x, and that's equal to negative 1x. And for the numbers, the constants, I have 12 and 16, which is equal to 28. I take all these and I put them in this kind of order, all right? So let's just clean it up a little bit because I don't want anybody confused. If you're doing this by hand, please put your answers in a box so I can check it quickly. And that's all you have to know for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I can tutor you for sure. And I look forward to working with you in this summer. All right, take care. Bye-bye.